I'm good, and if you don't want to share the recipe, you don't have to.
I-
No,
If
I think it's best I not share the
if
Okay.
you
recipe.
you
So,
enjoyed it, it was good.
see,
I'm
that's
happy
okay.
for you and your stomach.
There
Thank you.
you go. There you go. Hallelujah. Okay. We got everything lined up. We got templates in place, and
Yes.
Yes.
um,
All right. I
let's
am
start
sharing the post.
the weekend review, and I'll go next, and Victoria, you'll go
All
next.
right.
And I think I'll. Well, I don't know.
What?
I was getting ready to say I will kind of introduce a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight before Victoria goes with her weekend review, and
Okay, that's fine.
go right into it. Yeah,
Oh,
I can do that.
okay.
I think that will work. I need my pen. I
All
think.
right, everybody, it's time to roll the open.
Oh, okay,
Roll them.
Thank you.
Alan. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm just sweating. I love our theme music. It puts,
Yes.
puts me in a good mood.
Yes. Having a good time.
We are
That's right.
thankful for Bertrand Curtis. I tell you what, he is a master maestro, and
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
he is just giving us some great music to start our evening. Hey, Linda Cooks is on the line tonight. Good evening to you,
Hey,
Linda.
Linda.
And welcome everybody, those who are already here, those who are getting ready to come. We are giving you a pre-welcome tonight
Mm-hmm.
because we have a great show planned for you. And it's kind of an answer to some of the things that have been sent to us and some conversations that we've had with some folks. So we're glad to bring it to you tonight. And I'll tell you what it is in a minute. But we are going to start our evening off with our week in review. You are up, Ruth Griffin. What's been happening
All
in your world,
right.
lady?
Well, welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining us once again on a Tuesday. Tuesday. Good Lord, my brain is already.
Well, it's gonna be
Let me
that kind of show
start
tonight.
again.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday night. See, I do know what day it is. Um,
It's okay.
okay, so my weekend review. Okay, so I still love my job. Just wanted to put that out there, but mostly,
Good.
yes, thank you. I got to travel this past week. We were picking up book bags for different various book bag drives across the state,
Mm.
with one
Oh.
particular client that we partner with, and it's just awesome to see the generosity
Oh.
of these folks across the state, and because of the rules of our organization, we're not allowed to give the book bags to the kids directly. So we partner with other organizations to share the
Oh,
book bags.
it's
And, we were able to share it with two schools in our area. And it's awesome. Again, just to see the generosity. The
How
one
nice.
particular place we were picking up from in Winston-Salem, they started the book bag drive, and it was just for employees, but clients would walk in and they were like, well, we want to help. So they started bringing in book bags and
Oh.
supplies. And I'm talking like it was a well to do area. So
Yeah.
we're talking expensive book bags and full
Oh.
supplies. So the kids who'll be receiving these will
That's
be off to a
awesome.
good start.
All
So
right. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that kind of
awesome.
yeah, that set the tone for my week, and it's been good.
That's good. Makes you feel good. Well
Oh, it
done.
does. It does. And
Yeah.
you start thinking about, well, I didn't get to do this before. Before you can be like, okay, well, I get to, donate. This time I get to hand it out. And
Yeah.
we're talking about hundreds of book bags. So it's
Oh,
just,
wow.
yeah, no, yeah. Yeah,
And,
one
and
location.
they're going to come to your job and pick them up.
Or we hand them out, or we meet them, or they come to us. So,
Cool.
it just depends because, we've given them to everyone from schools to church organizations to DSS, just different organizations that work with kids.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And
And
about how many do you all deal with? Maybe 100, you think?
the book?
bags that
Oh
you-
no, probably about 800.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Oh my
they're
goodness.
yeah, we share them. I work with the Guardian Ad Litem program, so we share them. We
Right.
have about 40 offices across the state.
Wow.
Okay, I
Oh.
should say that right. I'm sorry, I'm still learning. We have 53 offices across the state,
Okay.
and we, different areas of the state are, we pick them up from different areas of the state, and they go to where the greatest need is, because not
Oh my
everybody has
goodness.
that need, but
That
for
Yeah,
those
but
that do.
800 book bags?
hmm
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know that was when I was in school, that was a struggle.
hmm
Supplies were always,
Mm-hmm.
they're a lot different now because, we just do things differently and have different needs. But I think
Yeah,
being able to take that weight off of a parent,
Oh yeah.
exactly.
whew,
Yeah,
that's-
no,
Exactly.
and
That's-
even like with when my kids were growing up, it started off with, okay, well, the teachers now have needs that we're trying to supply.
That's
So
right.
now
Right.
the parent is like, okay, what can I do? What can't I do? And
Right.
it's just, to be able to, help kids with this certainly takes a burden off the parents, and
Yeah.
at the same time can
Yeah.
help the teachers. So
Mhm.
it's been a really
That's
good week.
that's awesome. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Good evening to you, Francina, and good evening to you, Lynette. Thank you all for
hmm
being with us tonight. I'm looking for Kim Carpenter. I'm hoping that she will be on the line because she really had a lot of questions about our topic tonight. So I
hmm
hope Kim can make it in.
Well, let me tag her. I'll tag her
Great,
on a Facebook thing and see if she'll join us.
great.
Okay.
My week in review. Let me see.
See,
See, look, we have to sit there and think about, okay, what did I do last week? Although Victoria,
well, y'all know what I did.
mhm.
The queen is in the house. The queen. But we're not talking to the queen yet.
But
No,
that's
not yet.
gonna leave you for last, and I'm only going to have a snippet because I want Queenie to have all the time that she needs. But my biggest thing was I checked my little step tracker, which I had not been
Uh-huh. Okay.
and found out that I have been averaging 1,000 more steps a day.
Oh, good for you.
Awesome.
Everybody clap, clap, clap.
So I'm real happy about that. And
It should be.
I'm going to start doing something. I don't know what. I have some other health issues that are prohibiting my movement.
Mhm.
I would like to, but I'm gonna try to figure something out. Maybe I'll go back to some therapeutic moves that
Mhm.
I had gotten some time ago. So I'm going to try to incorporate that a little bit so that I can start walking again. I really
Okay.
want to start walking again.
Okay.
So those are my two big things. I'm soliciting assistance to continue to what do I want to say? What word do I want to use? I won't say to expedite, but to keep going with my tiny house mentality.
Okay.
I'm determined to remove clutter from
Oh, good
and
luck.
my rooms. So I've been looking through things and saying, okay, I had to get rid of something. Can I part with this? And
Right.
I'm filling up a lot of bags. So now
Bless
I
your
gotta go
heart.
boxes and really just, it's that mentality that says, well, I can probably use this again, or I
Yeah.
can use this later. Or
Mhm.
and the truth of the matter is, if something were to happen, God forbid, but who would keep all this stuff? What would it really mean to anybody? And if I can't answer those two questions, then it's time to
Time
release
to
it.
go.
So I
I
think the
I hear
biggest
you.
question, yeah, I think the biggest question you need to ask yourself is, when did I last touch this?
That's
Because
a
if
good
it's been
one.
sitting there, you
That's
probably
that's
don't need it.
that's my grandson. Anytime I want to clean a room, I can call Christian because that's how it starts. I get ready to open a box and he'll say, "Go, no, leave it. You didn't open that. You don't know what's in it. And if
I don't
you
even
don't
know
know
what's in it.
what's in it, you haven't opened it. Time to let it go, Grandma. Let it
Mm,
go. Let it go."
That's everything in my garage. Every
And
last thing.
I'll peek and I'll say, "Oh, put it down, put it
mhm,
back." Let
mhm.
it go. So I'm hoping I can solicit his assistance on this next project and get some of this stuff out of here. So
I
I'm
understand.
to do that. And I
Okay.
got,
Can I ask you a question though? Can I circle back to the
yeah,
exercise thing? We had talked at one time about trying to do the chair exercises, and we
yeah,
never really did it. Do you
yeah.
still want to do it? Because I feel the same way with you. I need to move, and I'm not able to walk just yet. Between my
Uh-huh.
back and
Well,
all the other stuff going on.
let's okay. We always have to have accountability. So let's
Okay.
that we're going to start Monday
Okay.
Okay, and I'll commit
tomorrow.
to finding some videos to send you that we
Okay.
can do.
And
Okay.
that's going to be on our weekend review. So all of you who are listening out there,
Okay.
this, if you don't see us include this, hold us account.
Please do. And
Lynn
feel
is
free
so
to
great.
join us.
Lynn has down here in the comments, let it go, Elsa. Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
So, I will
That's funny. That's
keep that
funny.
in mind, Lynn. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Ah,
that.
that's hilarious. But she's right. She's
So
right.
things over to Queenie. She's not only going to welcome you, but she is going to be kind of our lead. She and Ruth are well versed in our topic tonight because we've had a lot of people, even in our interviews with
Mhm.
folks, they have, and we've said, how did you start this journey, your writing journey or whatever? And they've said, well, I started blogging first. First I was blogging.
Mhm.
So we've got a lot of people who are saying, how do I start a blog? How do I do that? Oh, Francina has chair exercises she can share. Praise the
Please.
Lord. Please do that. Please, please,
Please.
please.
We need it.
Marsha, good evening to you. Glad to have you. Good to hear laughter.
Good, Marsha.
We
Well,
can't do anything else. We can give you some laughter because
oh,
life
they laughed at me as soon as I came on the screen, but that's all right.
life is serious business, Marsha, but we can always find some levity, something that will help us go along. But come on, Victoria,
Well, I just want to say welcome to everybody.
tell us what your weekend review.
Lord.
Hello, Bronze Girls, and hello, everybody out there in podcast and Facebook land. Thank you for joining us tonight. But I'm just excited. My husband brought me this crown for my birthday. My 57th birthday was last week. That's my week in review.
Wow.
And I tell you, all jokes aside, stop laughing. All jokes aside, I just give God the glory. You guys, I had COVID, and I didn't think I was going to be here. And during the course of having COVID,
Oh no.
What happened?
I think she froze up.
She froze. Queenie froze. Come on, girl. Come on. I don't know what is happening with that, but I know that Victoria, I don't know whether Alan can help us out or not. I'm not sure what we can do but to unfreeze you, but we we got to get you back in the groove here.
Yeah.
But but in the meantime, Ruth, let's talk a little bit more about the program. Uh,
Sure.
there were some people, like I said, who had talked about who are good writers,
Hmm.
and I always think that everybody can write, because I think if you can write a letter or if you can write a testimony, then you're able to share something
Hmm.
uh, through the process. And I think people don't start and they don't do things because that's what they say. Well, I'm not a writer. I'm not a
Right.
writer.
Right.
But I think in doing, because I read somewhere about the blog where it was saying that it was just, a conversational style of writing, a relaxed style
Hmm.
of writing. So let's talk about that a little bit, because you've been blogging for a while, right?
Yes. Yes. I've been blogging probably about 10, maybe 15 years now.
Okay.
So some
And
of it's been consistent, some of it hasn't, but I think we're going to talk about that as well.
Okay. And I think Victoria, I don't know that she's been blogging that long.
Hmm.
I was inconsistent with mine. I
Okay.
started blogging, and I kind of planned out what I was going to, how often I was going to blog, and I
Right.
just couldn't seem to stick with it.
Hmm.
And I think that's an important part of it, the
Right.
consistency of it. How often do you think is an ideal amount of time to blog? Is it like once a week, you think, or once a month? And I know it varies for different people, but just, what do the experts say? What do they, because they have different formulas for all kinds of things.
Oh, absolutely. And because of the nature of blogging, blogging is supposed to be casual. So, businesses do use blogging, so that's more informational. As a writer, as a someone who wants to be online, because I look at blogging more as a personal journal that's online so that you have a wide audience for it. So if you're a writer, if you decide to start a blog, your best bet is probably to go um, once, probably twice, once a week or once every 2 weeks. So you don't want to, it's not the same format as a newsletter. A newsletter is more driven to share information on across email. So blogging is a specific site. It's more like you said, a conversation, and it's more casual. So, as a writer, if you're starting a blog, you want to get your information out there. You want to get your stories out there. Whatever you're writing about, you want to get that out there and start building your audience. So, um, you can't do that just blogging maybe once a month. So
So
you want to
once
go a
a
little
week,
more
once every
consistent.
2 weeks.
Hmm.
I look and I see Lynn out there. Lynn, I would love for you to blog about the adventures of ABC Daycare, because
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
stories about your little babies are so funny to me, and they are so inspiring also, because you're teaching these little babies, and they are learning from you, and they are catching on from you. But I would love to see some of those adventures in a blog. And I know she is saying, yeah, I knew it. Her response was, Lord have mercy,
Uh-huh.
as if you don't have enough to do, right? I know. But I just say that to say sometimes it's not, people will say, well, what do I have to write about? And you
Hmm.
write about the things you know about. And
Right.
sometimes it's a lot easier to do that than you think it is. I think the biggest issue, more than writing it, is the consistency of it,
Right.
to make sure that you got that you have got it done, you've gotten it done, and you have, um, people are going to be looking for it,
Hmm.
and you're going to be able to subscribe to it.
Right.
Um, it's not like the notifications that you have to do or that you do in emails and things like that. How do you get those subscribers, or how do people subscribe to your blog? And what's a good way to let people know that you got one?
Well, I would start with letting folks know on your social media. That is the first place because people are going to support you. People closest to you are going to support you. So they're going to want to see what you're doing. They're going to want to see, and they're going to share it with other people. So that's probably your first circle of audience. Beyond that, I would suggest using hashtags. Hashtags enable you to tag whatever you're writing so that it's categorized. And what happens is there are people out there who follow other people and then follow hashtags. So if you're following, say, authors supporting authors, and you tag your, if you're an author who writes about women or about, authors, if we decided to start a blog and, we tagged it with hashtag author supporting authors, what we're going to find is people who already follow that will start getting notifications, on whatever platform they receive it, probably social media, and they'll be able to see your blog and they'll be able to follow it if they so choose to. So you want to, go from your initial community, your initial circle of audience, and then start building it out, and you do that with hashtags, understanding that what's out there, you can create one or you can use whatever's out there. There's not too much original stuff left in the world. So you're probably using something that's someone's already created, but that's okay because those hashtags, again, already have an audience and you're just tapping into that. So if you decided you wanted to write about pets, you would hashtag it pets or dog lover or whatever it is, and you'll find that there's already a ready-made audience. And if they like what you're writing, they'll follow you.
Now, you're talking about the use of hashtags, and some of
Mhm.
us know how to use hashtags effectively, and some of us don't. I mean, don't go. So now, if I'm writing something, you know how Facebook will come up and say, "What's on your mind?"
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
write your little note in there, and then you put your hashtags
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Where do you put your hashtags with your blog?
At the end. Actually, there's one or two places. So I'm lazy, so I just add it at the very bottom. Um, the other part is when you start filling out the metadata on the side, you have the opportunity to categorize your blog. You have the opportunity to tag it. Um, because I cut and paste, it's easier for me to just, add it to the bottom of the piece that I just wrote. But you can also add it into the tag area, and that will tag your piece so that other people can find it
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
under those categories.
I got a note from Victoria. Her internet went out
Mm.
in her house, so that's why we lost her. So I really, really hope that will get straightened out real quickly.
There she is.
There she is. Yeah, remember the hashtag authors up. That's right. That's
That's
right.
right.
So I'm hoping about that. I want to ask some of the people who are on, Lynn, Marcia, who
Victoria.
Victoria, of course. But have you all ever thought about blogging? I know, of course, you have, Victoria, but Marcia and Lynn, have you ever thought about blogging? Have any interest in that at all? Or do you know someone that you think might be interested in getting their ideas out there? If you do, we'd like for you to share this broadcast with them, but let us know whether or not you have any interest in doing that, because we always talk about everybody having a story, and we
Mhm.
don't always know what to do with that. I, I want to ask you, Ruth, about repeating information and said not really. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But you might know somebody
Mhm.
who's got, you said, but listening to this has me interested. Good,
See.
because it's not really as difficult as you think it is. I think the hard part is to just get started.
Yeah.
That's harder than anything, and finding the right platform in order to do it. in order to write what you want to write, or
Right.
what would be interesting to other people. Um, uh, Having a great title. Let's talk about that for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
because I think sometimes the keys to some of this and people wanting to read what you've got. Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie, we're asking people if they've ever thought about blogging. So you can jump right in, because if you think you might want to, we got some stuff to help you get it going tonight.
Yep.
So just let us know with that. But titles, tell us something about titles. How do you come up with your titles? Is it a formula for it? Is there something you do in particular, or think about in particular, that's going to make people gravitate towards it and say, I want to hear more about this, or I want to know what this is about. Hold on one second before you answer. Marcia says, I journal at times about things. Let me see if I can catch her here. About things that I'm passionate about. Okay.
Mhm.
That's the beginning. Hey, Dawn Courtney Mason is on. She has
As a
a
blog.
blog.
All
Yes.
right.
And before you answer, Ruth, Dawn, how long have you been blogging? If you can put it in the comments, just let us know. Angie, if you've thought about it, take some notes tonight, because we want to see some people get started on their blogging journey that may not have thought about it before. Marcia, we're going to put you in that basket too, because we're going to do some things to help you get started. Okay, Ruth, what was I asking you? I was asking you about titles and things.
Okay, for titles. So let's look at the overall big picture. So when you start a blog, um, you want to decide, what you're going to be blogging about. You have travel blogs, you have mommy blogs, you have just different types of blogs out there. What are you passionate about? What do you want to write about? Start with that, and you can, more often than not, I think Victoria, there you go. Hers is stillwaters.blog. So, that paints a picture of what she writes about. It is about finding peace, in this world through God, through Christ. So, my blog is connected to me as an author. So it's just, ruthegriffin.com. And I blog about what's personal to me. I blog about what I enjoy, which is writing, which is watching movies. And then just whatever comes up. So overall, you want to decide, okay, what are you going to be writing about? And then when you actually write the pieces, um, it's dawn.wordpress.com. All right, we're going to check that out, Dawn.
It's done. Okay.
But when you're writing the entries, the different pieces, what I've discovered is sometimes the title is right there and I know what I want to write about. But more often than not, if I don't have a title going in, I know this is something I want to write about. The title you'll be able to pull a title from whatever you write. So, as you go through, you'll be able to see, okay, this would work as a title. Because, yeah, you do want something that is going to attract attention, because people get emails, people get notifications, people, they're browsing through the internet, they may come across it, and if the title is catchy enough, they will stop to see what you've written.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So we've got stillwaters.blog, www.stillwaters.blog, ruthegriffin.com, right? Ruth, that's you.
Yes.
And it's dawn.wordpress.com. So if you have any interest at all in blogging, you can go to those three sites and take a look at it, see how the things are written, see the kinds of things that these wonderful ladies have written about, and it might give you some ideas. Now that's it. I know you hate to come on a program and leave with something to do, but that's a great to do if you're thinking about blogging at all, to go out and read these ladies' blogs and might give you some ideas as to how it would look and what you would be looking for. And
Absolutely.
if that is something that interests you, and you come back and let us know, either at authorsup at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Say, you know what, I really, really want to try this. Then our wonderful bloggers here will help you,
Wow.
will assist you in getting to the right platform.
Absolutely. And you
WordPress,
can,
I know, it's a good one.
yeah, and you can also tag us on Facebook.
Mhm.
We're at Authors Up Showed on Facebook and on Instagram. And just, give us a link. Give us, allow us to see what you've been writing.
Yeah.
But with Dawn's, I think she brings up hers is it's dawn.wordpress.com, and I kind of want to touch a little bit on that for those who may be interested on that. Obviously, if you don't have a website, you can go to either WordPress, Wix, Daddy, GoDaddy.
That-
Sorry, GoDaddy, and you can get free. You can get a free website through those. Now, those will be tagged also, like Dawn's. It will be .wordpress.com,
mhm.
and you can purchase up if you want. And the thing is, if you're just testing it out, getting started, the free option is pretty good. They have templates set up. You can usually title it what you want to title it, with the additive, of course, WordPress.com or GoDaddy or any of the other ones. There are a lot of freebies out there, and most of the time they offer these so that they can eventually upgrade you for a certain price. But if this is just something that you want to test out, you want to go look at it. Again, I use WordPress. Victoria uses WordPress. They're a great site. Like I said, they have templates that you can set up, that you can kind of customize your site so that it kind of looks and reflects who you are and what you want to write about. So
Mhm. And I wanted to add something too, because a lot of times we are wondering, well, what would I write? What would I
hmm
write?
hmm
There, there are two places that I think are just ready made. One is your journal.
hmm
For those of you who journal, you can take some of those journal entries and post them onto your blog. And I think the other one is your Facebook posts. Some of you guys write really good stuff on your Facebook. The
hmm
things that you say that are very encouraging, that are inspiring, or that might tick you off, and you might want to talk about that a little bit. But that's where some of that material can come from, uh,
Yes.
to be put into your blog. So I think that's something else that you think about when you have things that encourage you, or things that you want to just lend your voice to.
hmm
Uh, think about some of those things, and even look back. Think at some of the things that you have posted, particularly ones that people have commented on in a good way. That you might think, well, yeah, this could very well have been my first blog. This could have been my first shot at putting that information out there. Now,
Right.
I want to ask you too, since we've got those two things, I have a third thing that I wanted to ask about, because I know there are things that we do that we turn into other things. Like we have this program, and this program becomes our podcast.
hmm hmm
So I have a newsletter. I
Right.
have a newsletter, guys. Newsletter comes out the first Monday of shameless post.
Plug.
Shameless, shameless. But I do. I have a newsletter comes out every the first Monday of every month, and it's from When Life Speaks, which is the other program that I have. But could I take like a paragraph or something from my newsletter and make it and transfer it over into the blog? Or should information like that be repeated?
Well, and that is a good question because the thing is, you're gonna, there's a reason that people post on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, because those have all different audiences. So your
Mm,
blog is going to have a different audience from a newsletter. So it would not necessarily be redundant to
okay.
post the same information. But you do want to be careful because you want to offer complete thoughts.
Yeah.
There was an author that I really enjoyed his book, but his blog was just incomplete thoughts. And it was just, after a while, it was just like, why am I even following this? Great author, has books out that are just incredible, but it was just like snippets or incomplete thoughts. And that may work for some people. It didn't work for me. So, if you're going to pull something, you want to make sure that it's at least a full thought,
Okay.
so that you're not pushing away an audience.
Okay. Okay. Now, since I know you have read the newsletter,
Hmm.
um, do you think that those thoughts are complete enough
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And,
for?
and to be honest, with your newsletter, it would be the top portion. What you're thinking, what you're
Yeah,
working on. That
something.
that's what you want to include in your blog.
Okay.
Again, most people start a blog with a certain thing in mind. Again, I mentioned mommy blogs. I mentioned travel blogs. Some people are foodies. They want to talk about the food that they've eaten,
Hmm.
or that they want to eat. So, for me in particular, again, I write on my blog because I'm a writer. So, but I also I enjoy movies. I enjoy the process of writing. For me, I look at a movie and I dissect it because, okay, was this written correctly? Was this, where's the plot holes? So those are the kind of things that I've written about in the past, and
Hmm.
that is what I enjoy writing about. Someone else, like Angie, if she decided to do a blog, Whole and Beautiful, she's got a lot there to talk about, and it would translate well into a blog because that's something that she already knows. What is your passion? That's
Yeah.
what you're going to be writing about.
And somebody else mentioned something that they were passionate about.
Hmm.
I don't know who it was in the comments, but they were talking about being passionate about something, and that would be a good place to start.
Hmm.
A good
Absolutely.
place to start.
Absolutely.
Angie says, "What about vlogging?"
Hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
going to let you answer that because I don't know anything about vlogging. So, first of all, tell us what it is and then tell us what you think about it.
Okay, vlogging is video blogging. That is what it is. It's, instead of writing, you're sitting there doing a video instead of what you would have typed otherwise. So, if you don't see yourself as a writer, this would be a good option for you. And again, this goes back to what a blog is, and again, it's an online journal. That's how it was started. And people just sharing their stuff, sharing how they're feeling, what they're going through. Um, but for some people, they just don't feel that they want to work on the typing part, on the writing part, or they may not feel comfortable writing it. So they choose to do video instead. And in that respect, you could do a website. You could actually post it on TikTok or on YouTube, and those would be a great place to, share your vlog. So it just, I mean, it
Is it like
honestly,
just like Facebook Live or something
mm,
where people get
well,
on and they just kind of talk about whatever they want to talk about?
yes and no. Because those aren't consistent. Unless you say, okay, I'm going to be on here every week, every Friday, that's your blog. Again, remember, what is a blog? It's an online journal.
Mm.
So, if you're going to do it consistently, you have a myriad of platforms that you can use, and you can post them on all these different platforms to get different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it really is up to you. But the thing is are you being consistent on it? My husband, whenever he travels, he does videos just to allow people to see what he's, covering what he's working on, but that does not equate a vlog because it's just him being him. So if you decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to talk about, this is how often I'm going to share, then that becomes a vlog. And you can, again, you can share it on your own website if you have one. You can share it on YouTube. You can share it on Facebook, and then, share it
So,
across the platforms.
so Maurice's would not be considered a vlog because of the timing.
Because of the consistency. He's not,
Consistent. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's not what he's setting out to do. He's just sharing.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Good, good, good. Does anybody else? Man, it is 7:40.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have any questions about blogging or vlogging
Mhm.
or any of those things? Just kind of type it in the comments now.
Yeah.
We will try and answer it before we close out. So we've talked about hashtags and how hashtags can help. We've talked about where you can get your information and your material from. We've talked about giving you 3 blogs that you can go at and take a look at to try and get some information and some insight on how this whole blogging thing can work. And we have given you the opportunity to let us help you get started on your blogging, vlogging journey.
Yep.
So if you really want to try it, people start. Sometimes you find that it doesn't work for you, and that's perfectly okay. But sometimes you start and realize, you know what, I really got a knack for this, and I really am enjoying sharing what I am sharing out here. So I
Absolutely.
encourage you to think about that, to send us any more questions that you might have.
We love you, Victoria. It's all right.
It's the queen thing. You started to
Yes.
save, and your whole internet just couldn't handle all that royalty. That's what happened.
Yes, and I know she had a great presentation on the history of blogging and all of that because it really is interesting to know all that, just how it
Mhm.
started and who started it and all of that. But
We're
yes,
gonna
it
get back to that too.
right, right. But if this is something you're serious about, I mean, again, if you can devote, you know, few minutes, 30 minutes, once a week, once every other week. It's just, I mean, it might be something that you find you enjoy and it could lead to a book, especially if you're consistent in your writing, consistent in what you're writing about. You might discover that you have a book that you can get out of it.
And even if you don't, which I think that's a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
it must be because so many of our authors have said that that's the
Mm-hmm.
way they started. But you will be surprised the number of people that have the same interests that you have,
Right.
and that who are looking for different insight on different topics,
Mm-hmm.
looking for somebody else's expertise in a particular area, or just want to hear another opinion about whatever it may happen to be. So I thank the listeners who reached out to us and said, I want to know more about this, and those who were not on the line, I really hope that you will share this with someone. Get an accountability partner if you want
Mm-hmm.
to. I use my co-hosts all the time to keep me
Yep. That's what
accountable
we're here for.
with journeys that we begin. So I would like for you to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be talking about something in the very, very, very near future, and it has to do with our dramatic reading and presentation
Yes.
that's going to be coming up very, very soon, because we are going to need to cast some dramatic readers for parts of the book and the story that we're going to tell near the end of the year. But you know what, guys, time is going by faster than we think.
Yep.
So we'll be talking about that very, very soon. And thank you. I thank you for joining us tonight. Ruth, do you have any closing comments? And Victoria, if you want to type a closing comment, it's okay, Queenie. You can go right ahead and do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I just want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, if you have any questions, you want to be on our show, email us, authorsup@gmail.com. We come on live at Sunday night, Also, we have a replay on Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, and we are available on a podcast. So yeah, you can download us wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, all right. And Victoria thanks everybody for joining us and says that she hopes that we all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I echo those sentiments, Victoria, and I'll be glad that your internet will be straightened out and you'll be here with us on
Absolutely.
next Sunday night. So until until then,
Oh, God.
have a great week. Think about the whole blogging journey, and if we can help, we will certainly want to do that. And Victoria says the Queen wishes you a blessed week. I'm beginning to think this is an alter ego or something with the Queen. So we're gonna have to watch Victoria very.
Yeah, I don't think that crown's going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, that's it for tonight, everybody. Join us next Sunday night right here at 7 p.m. God bless you. See ya.
See ya.